Sleep is often regarded as a basic biological function, a time for the body to recharge and the mind to shut down, offering us respite from the demands of our waking lives. However, when we look through the lens of Jiddu Krishnamurti's philosophy, we realize that sleep is far more profound than mere physical rest. It's not just the body's mechanism for recovery. It is a mirror that reflects the deepest states of the mind and consciousness. Krishnamurti saw sleep as a vital, almost spiritual process, one that reveals the hidden layers of our inner world. He argued that sleep is not a mere escape from the stresses of daily life, but rather a state in which the mind reveals its unresolved tensions, fears, and desires, manifesting them in dreams or restlessness. The quality of our sleep, according to Krishnamurti, is intricately connected to the quality of our mind during the waking hours. A mind burdened with psychological conflict, anxiety, and the constant pull between past memories and future anxieties will never experience truly restful sleep. Instead, sleep becomes a continuation of our inner struggles, often filled with dreams that mirror our unresolved issues, anxieties, and fears. On the other hand, when we cultivate clarity, freedom from conflict, and a deep sense of awareness during the day, the mind can approach sleep in a state of peace and stillness. Krishnamurti suggested that meditation, not as a formal practice but as a way of life, could bring about such clarity. Meditation, in his view, was not confined to a specific time or place, but was an ongoing process of observing the mind without judgment, without attachment to thought, without the burden of psychological time. That constant flow of past memories and future expectations that disturbs our peace. When this quality of meditative awareness is brought into the experience of sleep, it transforms the very nature of it. The mind, no longer weighed down by unresolved thoughts and emotions, enters a state of deep and undisturbed rest. In this state, sleep becomes not just a physical restoration of energy, but a deeper form of psychological renewal, where the mind sheds its baggage and regenerates itself, free from the distortions of time and conflict. In essence, sleep, when understood in the light of Krishnamurti's teachings, is a gateway to true freedom, a reflection of the mind's state, and a powerful tool for inner transformation. It is not a passive state of unconsciousness, but an active process of letting go of mental clutter, and in doing so, offering the mind an opportunity to restore itself in its most natural, undisturbed form. Sleep more than physical rest. Krishnamurti taught that sleep is not just about physical rest or the cessation of activity. The body indeed needs to rest, but the mind's relationship with sleep is far more complex. The mind carries the weight of daily experiences, memories, fears, desires, and conflicts. These psychological burdens influence the quality of our sleep. He said that true sleep, the kind that rejuvenates the brain and the mind, can only happen when the mind is free from these unresolved psychological conflicts. When the mind is burdened by the past or anxious about the future, sleep becomes restless, fragmented, and superficial. This is why many people wake up feeling tired despite hours of sleep. The mind's burden and sleep. Krishnamurti emphasized that the mind is always active, even during sleep. Dreams are a reflection of the mind's unresolved issues. They are not random but symbolic expressions of our inner conflicts, desires, and fears. If the mind is cluttered with unresolved problems, these will manifest in dreams, disturbing the quality of sleep. He suggested that the key to deep, peaceful sleep lies in understanding and resolving these psychological conflicts during waking life. When the mind is clear, free from the weight of past conditioning and future anxieties, sleep becomes a natural, effortless state of rest and renewal. Sleep and awareness, the bridge of meditation. Krishnamurti's teachings often revolve around awareness, a state of choiceless, non-judgmental observation of what is. This awareness is not just for waking life, but extends into the realm of sleep and dreams. He proposed that meditation is the bridge between waking consciousness and the deeper states of sleep. Meditation is not a practice confined to sitting quietly. It is a way of living with full attention and clarity. When the mind is meditative, it is free from conflict and division, allowing sleep to be a seamless continuation of this clarity. In this state, the boundary between waking and sleeping blurs. The mind does not carry the burden of unresolved thoughts into sleep, and dreams lose their disturbing quality. Sleep becomes a state of pure regeneration, where the brain and mind are refreshed and restored. The hidden wisdom of sleep. Krishnamurti's insights reveal a hidden wisdom in sleep, that it is a mirror reflecting the state of our consciousness. Sleep is not an escape from life, but an integral part of it. It shows us how deeply our psychological state affects every aspect of our being. He invites us to look at sleep not as a passive state, but as an active process of renewal that depends on the quality of our awareness. When we live with clarity, without the burden of psychological conflict, sleep naturally becomes deep and healing. The secret of sleep: freedom from psychological time. One of Krishnamurti's profound teachings is about psychological time, the mind's constant movement between past and future. This movement creates conflict, fear, and anxiety, which disturb both waking life and sleep. True sleep, he said, arises when the mind is free from psychological time, when it is fully present, not caught in memory or anticipation. This freedom allows the brain to rest deeply and the mind to be silent and still. Practical wisdom: how to cultivate deep sleep. If we are to truly understand the nature of sleep, we must first recognize how intimately connected it is to the state of our mind. Krishnamurti believed that the way we approach our waking life directly influences the quality of our sleep. So, how can we cultivate deeper, more restorative sleep? The answer lies in a combination of awareness, emotional resolution, and mental clarity. Observe your mind. Start by paying close attention to your thoughts and emotions throughout the day. Observe what disturbs your peace. Is it fear, anxiety, unresolved conflicts, or perhaps an excess of mental chatter? By simply noticing these disturbances without judgment, you take the first step toward freeing yourself from them. This awareness alone can begin to ease the mental tension that often carries over into sleep. Resolve conflicts. Don't simply suppress or ignore your inner conflicts. Krishnamurti often emphasized that unresolved issues never go away. They only grow more complex. Instead, bring your full attention to these conflicts, understand their root cause, and engage with them openly. This is not about forcing a solution, but creating space to truly understand and see them clearly, which can significantly reduce the mental noise that disrupts sleep. Practice choiceless awareness. The key to mental clarity is choiceless awareness, observing your thoughts, feelings, and actions without identifying with them or judging them. The moment you judge or label your thoughts, you entangle yourself in them. By remaining aware of your mind's patterns without reacting to them, you create a space of mental stillness. This stillness allows your mind to enter a state of balance that will naturally carry over into a deeper, more peaceful sleep. Live meditatively. Meditation, in Krishnamurti's sense, is not confined to a specific time of day. It's a way of living. By bringing your full attention to each moment, whether you're working, eating, or interacting with others, you reduce the mental noise that causes distractions and stress. This practice of living meditatively fosters a calm, collected state of mind that allows sleep to become a more effortless transition into rest. Let go of psychological time. One of the most important concepts Krishnamurti discussed was the idea of psychological time, the mind's constant movement between the past and future. When we cling to memories or anxiously anticipate what's to come, we anchor ourselves in the past and future, which creates inner turmoil. Sleep becomes impossible under such conditions. The solution? Shift your focus entirely to the present moment. Let go of the mental baggage of time. By being fully present, you release the grip of psychological time, allowing sleep to become a natural, healing process. Sleep as a gateway to inner freedom. According to Krishnamurti, sleep is not just a biological necessity. It is a profound gateway to understanding our mind and consciousness. It's a reflection of our inner world, our psychological state, our unresolved conflicts, and the tension between our desires and fears. Sleep reveals the very quality of our inner life, and as such, it holds the key to inner freedom. When we cultivate awareness, resolve inner conflicts, and live free from the tyranny of psychological time, sleep transforms from a mere biological function into something much deeper. It becomes a sacred renewal, a state where the mind, unburdened by the past and future, finds deep rest and restoration. Krishnamurti spoke of this renewal as a healing process, where the mind enters a state of silence and stillness, free from the chatter of daily life and the noise of our unexamined thoughts. Sleep, in this sense, becomes more than just rest. It becomes a hidden wisdom within the rhythms of life, a natural cycle that offers an opportunity for self-discovery and inner peace. By understanding the mind's relationship with sleep and embracing the practices of awareness, we can unlock a deeper, more transformative experience of both sleep and life itself.